Hello and welcome to Talking Points here on France 24. As of today, moviegoers here in France will be able to learn more about Facebook. The movie The Social Network by David Fincher is coming out today. It retraces the birth of Facebook and especially of its founder, Mark Zuckerberg. From the Harvard dormitories to be weighing now 30 to 40 billion dollars, an incredible story, but also maybe a more shadowy story than the friendly Facebook smiles we can see. So is Mark Zuckerberg someone cynical or just a geek? And more broadly, is Facebook your real friend or maybe something more malicious? To discuss the issue with me here today is Daniel Kahn, who's a lawyer with Kahn and Associate in Paris. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
And also on the set is Jérôme Bouteiller, who's a journalist with ebusiness.tv and author of a book, I'll translate it, Welcome on Facebook, The User Guide. Hello and welcome to you too.
Good morning.
So the movie, none of us has seen it. Today we've read the reviews. It appears to describe Mark Zuckerberg as someone who's lonely, sometimes angry, heartbroken, and kind of takes his revenge by creating this phenomenon. What do you make of his personality from what you've seen and read about him?
What I can see is that he's a great entrepreneur. He made a superb success of social network, which is an idea which was existing. There were some other social networks in place, and he has been able to, with Facebook, to make a worldwide success.
Yeah, the movie seems to explain that Mark Zuckerberg has stolen the idea of social networks to his friends, but we have to remind that Friendster, MySpace were already existing on the web, and he may have stolen the idea to make an upper-class social network, but once again, he was not the only one on this field, and he's an incredible. He's right. He's an incredible entrepreneur. He has an incredible success, and for me, he's a new Bill Gates.
He's the new Bill Gates, obviously, in terms of his wealth, certainly getting there. The question is, did he envision this really as, okay, we should all be friends, let's network through the internet, social network, or was it already something more of a vision of a company that could earn money through those social networks?
I think the idea, like most entrepreneurs are doing it as a business. I mean, you may want to do something which is good for the community, but the ultimate goal is to make money. And frankly, he's built an empire. You know, it's Bill Gates 2.0. I mean, we are, Bill Gates, Microsoft is, 20th century, we're 21st century. He's inventing, there's a new model, it's a revolution. And I think we're only seeing the beginning of the social networking revolution.
Do you agree? I mean, do you think his intentions at the beginning were already, I want to make money?
Yes, and that's why VCs have decided to help him to create a great company, that he has left Harvard to go into Silicon Valley to launch a real startup. Of course, he wanted to create value and to create money, but he has created something new. He has created a friendly media, a media about my friends. And France 24 is a media, but Facebook is a kind of friend newspaper. Every day I go on it just to take news from my friends. And the news feed from Facebook is new. It's changing the life of millions of people.
What differentiates, as you said, I mean, when it was created, there was already MySpace and other. What really made the difference between Facebook and all the other social networks?
For me, it's three things. Upper-class social network from Harvard in the US and most business school in the US. In France, for example, HEC was on Facebook right at the beginning, because we were already connected to people from...
But it has extended to
but
the whole society
in a second time, they have opened to other than students. But at the beginning, they had the good people. A little bit like BlackBerry, at the beginning, only CEO were having BlackBerries. So for me, it's the first explanation. Second explanation, technology. You have everything on Facebook. You don't need a blog, you don't need to tweet, you don't have to go on an extra platform to share your videos or your photo. You've got everything on Facebook, and it's very simple to use. And the third explanation, the more it's becoming big, the more it's becoming useful, and they are the new white pages. And everybody needs to go on Facebook just to find friends.
I mean, it's a total revolution. It started when it started a few years ago. My kids were on Facebook. and everybody was looking at it as, as being fun. And then a lot of my friends, we work a lot with the technology people. They were the early adopters of Facebook as a business tool. And today we have 23 million French people who have a Facebook account. It's a revolution. 500 million in the world, 23 million people in France.
Out of a population of 63 million.
Yeah, 63, 65.
It's
and
useful.
people spend, according to the statistic, spend like minimum 1 hour a day or 55 minutes a day. So you have, 23 million people who are spending 55 minutes. Because like Jérôme said, you find everything there. It's your social network. You keep in touch with your friend. They provide information. You get information from outside. I mean, you can spend, probably we're spending 1 hour today. We'll be spending 3 hours in a few years.
And it's fun.
And it's fun, but there's also a creepy side to it that some people mention, about privacy. I mean, I know some new networks like Diaspora, for example, are actually using this as an advertising, say, okay, we will not infringe on your privacy. Isn't there really a concern? And do you think Mark Zuckerberg understood this very early on, that, it was a way to become a friend, but also to get to know people more than they would like?
It's a difficult question because
That's why I asked
Facebook raw material is personal data. So, of course, they need this data, they use this data, but they don't sell this data. They just offer targeting technologies.
There were temptations at some point, right?
No. I think most of me did not understood the point. It was just targeting technology. I'm a man. People, advertisers can target me as a man. And a girl could be targeted as a girl, but nobody will sell my data to the advertisers.
So I think privacy is not a concern about
It is a
Facebook?
concern.
Okay.
Of course, it is a concern for a number of reasons. Number one, setting your data, your privacy settings, is very difficult. I mean, try to go there. It's difficult to understand, and most people do not understand how to do this, to do the privacy settings. That's number one. Number two, like for any company which develops so fast, there are things will go good, and sometimes things are not so good. For example, recently they added an application called Places in English, or lieux en français, which is a geolocalization. I mean, basically with your.
Breaking news continues on France 24 and France24.com. Breaking news continues on France 24 and France24.com.